you can help me try to sort this out. This is what I'm thinking about right now. So my wife and I are watching that Netflix documentary, I think it's called The Staircase, about the guy who may or may not have murdered his wife. And something he said, he talked about how he's never cared what people thought about him. And maybe people see him as arrogant because of that. And it's interesting because I recently finally took the Enneagram personality test, in which I've discovered I'm a number 1. The personality type that doesn't care what people think about them. They care more about being right. And it's not a matter of that other people agree with them. It's just in their own version of morality and reality, they personally want to be right in their own mind. Again, it doesn't matter necessarily whether other people agree with them. And that's one of the reasons why it doesn't matter if people like them or they gain people's favor, they have fit in or whatever. They don't care what people think about them because they're going to do whatever they believe is right either way. So for a person like me, I've never ever struggled with peer pressure. That was never a thing. I always thought peer pressure, how lame. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. That's always been how I believe. And so it's interesting because, okay, so some people would think, well, that's respectable if you are so confident in yourself that you are never, distracted by peer pressure or want to be like everybody else or want people to like you because you care about what they think. But I guess the way that could be perceived is, instead of honorable, it's actually dishonorable, because then that means you're conceited. That means you're arrogant. Well, but on the flip side though, if you're someone who is so compelled by wanting people to like you all the time and fitting in and peer pressure and caring what people think about you, well, that in itself would be self-centered, right? So then you care so much about what people think about it. It's a very selfish thing. Well, I guess what I'm trying to sort out is, which is worse? Is it worse to be perceived as arrogant because you totally don't care what people think about you? Is that arrogant? That's arrogant. Is that selfish? Is that bad? Is that worse than being so wrapped up in what other people think about you? Because see, that seems very self-centered. So I guess my question is, what sounds worst in the end? I think it's a very interesting, problematic thing, depending on which, and I'm sure personality is going to have a lot to do with it. Because for me as a YouTuber, and I don't want to sway the vote, but for me as a YouTuber, having 2 different channels, having thousands of people subscribe to my channel, both of my channels, it puts me in a position of some faux sense of authority, and there's going to be people who don't like that. They don't like the confidence that I have to speak about things, and even at the risk of me sounding ignorant and talking about those things, that it makes them want to kind of strike that and tear that down because I seem arrogant in my confidence. And maybe that's a perceptional thing. If you don't have confidence, then maybe you see confident people as being arrogant at times. And maybe I am. Maybe not caring about what people think, maybe that makes me arrogant. I'm sorting this out. There's your conversation starter. You finish it right here in the comments.